Hello friends, welcome! Welcome to my Pajama Crafter Stamps video for this week. So today I have a really pretty Christmas card that I'm going to share with you using some really fun products from Pajama Crafter Stamps. And one of them is definitely made for Christmas. The other two are some dies that are, good for any time of year. So let's go ahead and switch the camera and take a look at our project. All right, so here is our Christmas stamp set, and this is obviously a Christmas set, but we've got this wonderful sleigh. And when I see this sleigh, like a lot of you, my first thought is Jingle Bells and Dashing Through the Snow. And I was so happy when right down here, great big Dashing Through the Snow. So I love that. Jingle Bells was the first Christmas carol that my granddaughter, who is turning 4 this year, that she learned to sing. And I remember there was one Christmas we literally sang that song 100 times in a row. So two of the sets that we're using are these two right here. I love a good banner die, and what I love about these is how wide they are and large, that I can always cut it down shorter, but you can't make it longer. Well, you can if you do it a certain way, but I like it that we have these choices of the lengths and the widths. And then this one is the border dies, and these border dies are handy for all kinds of things, but one of them here is perfect to make a snowdrift. So if you're wanting to make hills or snowdrift, and I also love these little eyelet pieces where you can make this little scalloped edge. This scallop says happy birthday in it, and then this one is just open, and so we're using these two today on this project. I'm also bringing in one piece of paper from the Winter Parade paper pack. So this paper pack has these pretty reds and like a dark teal green colors. It's a very pretty paper pack. So I have gone ahead, stamped and colored up our main images, and I did that with Copic markers. And I did the smaller image. Those are both of the images that come from the set. I trimmed down one of the pieces of patterned paper from our Winter Parade, and this I trimmed down to 4 by 5 1/4. Then I made myself a piece of glitter gold, because one of my favorite ways to kind of jazz up a Christmas card is to add some glittery paper. I love red and gold together at Christmas time. I think it's a real striking combination, and I love this bright glitter paper. And I cut this just a little bit wider than the 4 by 5 1/4 so that I would have a thin glittery outline. And then I have cut myself a scalloped piece out of a green, and that was just to pull in some of the greens from my coloring. So this is going to be our background for our card today. Isn't that pretty? I just thought it turned out really well. So I've gone ahead and I trimmed a piece of white down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. No, sorry, no I didn't. It was 4 by 5 1/4. And then I used my edger die to create a snowbank, and we're going to put that right here. But I wanted to bring in a little bit more of that gold. So I cut myself another piece just like the white one, but I did it out of gold. And then I used the scalloped edger here to create myself a little bit of gold to go above my snowdrift. So let's go ahead and attach that. Okay, and I'm going to have to trim it some, but I want to apply it so that I can still see this pretty stitching that goes along there. So both pieces have that pretty stitching. Go ahead and trim that off. There we go. Now this piece, I think I'm going to apply this one with some foam behind it. So I'm going to put some foam behind this piece. Grab some here. Here we go. I'm just applying some foam back here. I especially want the edges here to be foamed well. Another piece in here. And then real quick, I'm just going to cut this one in half so that I can put one right along there. Okay. Now for this part, we're just going to glue these all together. I want to get that centered well so I can see that pretty gold going all the way around. Wah! It slides so easily on this gold. Okay. I was pressing it down and it just slid. So. Alright, while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple blocks on there. Now, when we add our sleigh to this section, I'm going to put it so that this little curve goes out all the way over my scalloped edge. So I'm going to add some foam just up here on the top. I have this little piece right here and this little piece right here. I'm kind of hesitant to put it on just yet because our last piece, so I'm going to set that aside. Hopefully this is in place by now. And let's go ahead and put this down. Hold that down. Let's go ahead and put our snowbank in place with our pretty gold. One thing you could do for me in the chat is let me know if my sound is distorted any. I've been trying to figure out, some people sometimes have a problem hearing distortions in the sound, and I'm trying to figure out what that is and get it fixed. So, all right, there we go. Doesn't that just look Christmassy? Love it. Okay, so now for our sleigh. I'm going to set the sleigh all the way over here. And I'm going to set these presents right back here. And my final piece is I have stamped Dashing Through the Snow right here on our banner. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to use my thumb and my finger, and I'm going to curl it. I want my banner to have some shape. Then right back here, I'm going to curl it this way, because I'm going to tuck that right in there so that it just looks like a banner coming from my sleigh. Okay? So let's go ahead and get all this attached. I kind of want to see where I want my banner before. So right about here, I don't want to put any foam. In fact, I'm just going to make myself a little mark about right there where I don't want foam. Going to help me get it positioned so that I don't make it so that I can't tuck my banner where I want it. Okay, that ought to do it. Because I want to be able to tuck my banner in. I add glue down here on this part that's going to be on the snow. All right. I'm adding these presents in, just as if there are more presents in the sleigh. Back in there. And now I'm going to add my glue to my banner, just right here on this section, and right here on this section. Now we're going to tuck it right in there. And I'm going to take my pokey tool. You can also use a bone folder, and I'm going to reach right back in there and press down where I put glue on the banner in there, so that it doesn't keep sliding back. Okay. All right, so here is the front of our card. I love that banner just dashing through the snow there. And we're going to do the inside of this card as well. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think do I have two there? Those are really thick card fronts. I always think I have two. I don't know where these really thick ones came from. It's not that I don't like them, it's just they always confuse me like I have two. And on the inside of this card, I have a piece of this gold glitter tape. And you could have just cut a strip of the paper, but since I happen to have this washi tape that is gold glitter, I'm going to put that right inside. Just like this. There we go. And in our stamp set, we have two perfect sentiments for the inside. And one of them says, "You're the most magical part of the most wonderful time of the year." And then this one says, "The gift of love, the gift of peace, the gift of happiness, may all of these be yours at Christmas." So I'm going to use this one. And I think that just makes a lovely sentiment for the inside of a card full with a sleigh full of gifts. Just that sentiment talking about all the gifts of Christmas. Just going to wipe that off a bit. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and add our pretty card front. All right, we'll give that a second to adhere. And there we go. Here's our card for today. I love all the gold accents. I love that patterned paper with the snow. And I love that image all colored up. Open it up, and we still have more on the inside. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoy this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up, and you can also click on the videos at the end to watch more content from Pajama Crafter Stamps, and we just thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to crafting with you again soon. Bye-bye.